into the 2019 season, there was not much hope for the New York Mets. They were still under old management, and the Braves, Nationals, and Phillies all had better rosters. As it turns out, the 2019 Mets were actually pretty good, finishing third in the NL East with 87 wins. A big part of that was from the rookie phenom Pete Alonso. Alonso came into the league on fire, winning Rookie of the Year award with relative ease, Mike Soroka being the only real competition he had. That year, he slashed .260, .385, and .583. He also led the league with 53 bombs. Going into the 2020 season, there was high expectations not just for Alonso with the Mets, but the Mets in general. The COVID pandemic struck and the season was delayed and being limited to just 60 games. 2020, he was substantially burst, slashing .263, .326, and .490. However, 2020 stats are not as concrete because of the limited amount of games. Going into the 2021, the Mets had really high expectations. Steve Cohen had just bought the Mets and acquired superstar shortstop Francisco Lindor. Because of this trade, Alonso would not have as much pressure on him. The 2020 Mets had a great start. They led the NL East for much of the first half of the season, and he even won the home run derby again. This is where he started becoming overrated. After this victory, the Mets fans on Twitter started hailing him as the superstar and the future of the Mets organization. And to this day, if anyone says anything bad about Alonso on Twitter, scores of Mets fans, Twitter users flock to that tweet to prove why Alonso is so good. Now, obviously, not every Met fan on Twitter does that, and there are actually some pretty chill Mets fans on Twitter who I interact with all the time. At this time, Alonso, this support on Twitter and support from the media got in Alonso's head, and he started doing too much. He pimped home runs, trash-talked opposing players, and in general became more disliked across the league. Alonso's home run derby victory was the last good thing that happened to the Mets this season. After the All-Star break, the entire team struggled to finish well below 500, allowing the Braves without superstar Ronald Acuna Jr. and the Phillies to pass them in the standings. Since then, things have only gotten worse. For Alonso. In 2022, the Mets had another fast start, leading the Braves 10.5 games in June. They should have run away with that division, but they could not hold on to the lead. In July, the Mets then got the lead in the division to 7.5 games, but ended up blowing that lead too, and got split with the Braves in October. However, they still had a chance to rally and win the World Series in the playoff, right? Well, they got owned by the Padres in the wild card. Going into the 2023 season, the Mets had again high expectations. This is the year the Mets break through and have a deep postseason run, said almost everybody. At this point in the season, the highest payroll in baseball history has struggled to even be mid. They've been just terrible, worse than the first half Braves in 2021. The biggest fiasco was the most recent Braves-Mets series. In Game 1, Pete Alonso hit a home run against Bryce Elder. After returning to the dugout, he proceeded to say, "Throw it again, please, throw it again." Pete Alonso proceeded to suck in the next two games, and the Braves ended up sweeping the Mets. Every single game, the Mets jumped out to an early lead, and every single game, the Braves come back and won. Personally, when I really started disliking Alonso was during the 2022 home run derby, when he deadlifted in between the rounds. It was just so cheesy, especially since the home run derby just does not take it seriously. He then proceeded to not drink a Gatorade, and a Make-A-Wish kid was trying to give him during his timeout. While this might be a little petty, it still triggered me. The whole throw it again thing turned my dislike to a hatred for Pete Alonso. Now, as much as I dislike him, he does deserve some respect, and I'm not gonna lie, he can crush the baseball. He's also usually is a very talented hitter, but can struggle at times. However, he's not the superstar or a top 20 player, in my opinion, in the league, as many Mets fans will tell you. And he's probably also not, in my opinion, the best first baseman in the National League East. I think Matt Alonso clears, and that might get some pushback, and that's definitely a debatable topic, but that's just my personal opinion. As years progress, he can either stop doing stupid things and get people to like him again, or the Mets can continue going down this wormhole of spending money and still suck in the next preceding year. I don't know how that's going to change, but if Pete Alonso stays the same, this will very well be the same output and result for the Mets every single year. So thank you for watching. Subscribe, turn on notifications, and follow us on all socials. Have a great day. Thanks for watching.